Hey guys, and welcome to Armchair Conversations with Rob. Today we're going back and revisiting those thoughts from the retro notebook. This little ditty here is pretty short, but I thought at the time it was very profound. And so now I'll put my little spin of wisdom with it of today versus yesteryear. Think and you will understand many things. Stop thinking and you will understand everything, both great and small. When I was younger, we had a particular fascination with a martial artist that some of you may not remember if you're not into martial arts, but those of you that are will probably remember the name Bruce Lee. Bruce Lee was definitely a prodigy and ahead of his time. His ideas and concepts were years ahead, maybe decades ahead of where martial arts was at that time, because we had a lot of traditional classical things in the martial arts, from karate all the way to kung fu. And there were a lot of forms and what he would consider restrictions. And he always talked about how form and style do constrict, and now his beliefs were in conflict. So it was a lot about thinking in a box, or thinking that there's only the box and not thinking outside the box, and being flexible in your mind and thinking and in your approach to problem solving and even to creation. And so a lot of what I took from the quote that I have there today versus yesteryear was that anytime you restrict, anytime you create friction, which is often made in the mind by tension, it not only limits your thinking, but it slows it down. And so you have a situation where if you constantly are in a state of tension, or you're constantly in a state of restriction where you think you can only do certain things, and you're thinking in that box and you can't seem to get out of it, a lot of that is because you have to, in my opinion, relax both your brain and your body. Because honestly, where the head goes, the body follows, just like when you grab a snake. They always said, where the head goes, the body follows. Well, I think that your brain goes that way, not only in a physical sense of where your head goes, your body follows, but in a metaphysical and a spiritual sense, where your head goes, your body follows. And if you have thoughts of tension and you're anxious, if you have thoughts of lack and limitation, if you have thoughts of negativity and not enough and scarcity, and all of those things are things that create negative energy and tension in your brain. And if you have that in your brain, it's more difficult for you to create new things. It's more difficult for you to approach problems from a maybe a more obscure angle, a creative perspective, or something fresh. And so I think it limits your ability to design, develop, to change yourself and things outside of you and around you. Because most of the things that we enjoy today as cool things, particularly in the way of tech, came from people thinking outside the box. I can remember a long time ago, I went on a tour in one of the business districts of Charleston when I was a kid, and we came to see, I'm not sure if it was the water company, the electric company, or the gas company, and I doubt it was the gas company. It was probably water or electric company. And they were taking us through and showing us the new tech. And this was back when we had, oh my God, what's it called? Fiber optics, okay, and things of that nature were just becoming like the hottest new thing. And I remember looking on a screen and seeing what later became Windows. It was Windows 3.1. Unfortunately, I'm giving away my age. Um, but who knew that at some point we would get through all of those things and have Windows 10, and Microsoft has become a huge, huge corporation. But I remember seeing Windows when it was totally DOS based and 3.1. I remember seeing MS-DOS. And now, oh my God, look at all the tech that we have that's available today that's light years ahead of where that was. But because Bill Gates at that time, was a forward thinker and was willing to put that software out there, you now have other ways of solving problems and creative technology that we wouldn't have had before had there not been somebody willing to think outside the box. So anyway, so my point being is stop thinking, meaning to relax your mind and blank out from time to time. There's a phrase called tabula rasa, and it means a blank slate. You literally create a blank slate for the day to write on every day when you wake up. You try to go into your day totally open, fresh like a child, blank, no preconceptions, being willing to take in the information anew every day. It helps with mental flexibility and what they call neuroplasticity because of your flexibility in approaching things, perceiving things, and solving problems and creating things, that it may give you some differences in changing your life. So at that time, that was what I was thinking when I wrote that down. Think and you will understand many things. Stop thinking and you'll understand everything, both great and small. So anyway, just a little something to share, put the yesteryears and today's wisdom together to come up with something that hopefully is useful. And again, please send me some comments, some feedback. If you like me, subscribe. If you don't like me, hey, that's what search engines are for. You can find what you need. So, thank you for sharing my armchair, and I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful day wherever you are and whenever you are. Peace.